Netflix is so on my damn nerves. Hello everyone, it's Jay, and today I want to do a little update video on Netflix. So if you happen to like my content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started into the video. I really wanted to talk about how Netflix has really screwed its customers, and I'm going to explain why. About a year ago, I had made a video describing the problems that Netflix would face if they were to increase the price of its memberships. Now, since I dropped that video, they have made major changes to Netflix that are really baffling, and I just don't understand why they made these changes other than profit and greed. And that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about explaining the problem that Netflix has created for itself. Like I described in my last video, Netflix is one of the OG pioneers of movie subscription services. Believe me, before it was a streaming service, it was actually a DVD service where you could rent out DVDs, you pay a monthly fee, and they would send you all these DVDs throughout the month. And if you remember this, you're probably as old as I am, which means you're probably looking to be like mid-30s. But nonetheless, Netflix has paved the way of movie subscription services. For instance, HBO Max, which is now Max, which to me is a dumb name for a movie subscription service. And honestly, I'm not going to re-download your app. You just lost yourself a customer because I do not care. Or other subscription services like YouTube TV or the free ones like Tubi TV. Let me tell you, on Tubi TV, there are a lot of hits right now on there, and they're all free, of course, with ads, but it is worth it because it is absolutely free. All of these services have started thanks to Netflix, which I think Netflix has lost their sight of who they are and the competitiveness of the atmosphere, because now there are so many choices that you can get, and there's so many free services that offer the same amount of movies that Netflix has that just makes no sense why you should pay so much for Netflix. Now, since I dropped that video, the main things that they have changed are extra member slots, newer plans, and you now can transfer profiles onto other accounts if you really don't want those people on your account anymore, which is a unique feature in itself. But with that unique feature, I can see where the greed is coming into play. Now, with older generations and younger generations playing with the new Netflix experience, there is going to be some headache involved, and I can explain exactly what I went through recently. My father is not very tech savvy, and all he worries about is if it functions. If it does not function, then he has no clue how to fix it. And that leaves a bigger problem with older generations, because most older generations do not know how to fix the problem, and they have to rely on younger generations in order to get it fixed. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's just the way the world is, because technology is still so fresh and new. It has no meaning to the older generation. Most older generations just click buttons. Clicking buttons does not work in this time period and can cause a scam. Now, with what most people don't understand is you don't have to cancel your Netflix account in order to update your household or all the people on your account. It doesn't mean that you will pay extra if you update your household. Once signed in on the device that you want, and it could be in another household, it will pop up with a notification saying, do you want to update your household? And an email will be sent to the email that's on file of the account to approve this household. Once approved, then the user will be able to watch whatever they want to watch. It's pretty simple, and it doesn't really cause much of a headache until another notification will pop up while you're watching movies asking if you want to add members. And like I said, with older generations wanting the hardware to just work, they will often click buttons and add members to your account. This can also happen with younger generations, and that's truthfully taking advantage of people and their age limits and not knowing what to do whenever this happens. Now, whenever this notification popped up for me while I was watching Netflix on my Xbox One, I was able to bypass the notification and not pay for anything, as my father got on Netflix on his his smart TV, he did not bypass the notification and actually added members so that way he could watch movies on Netflix. He ended up adding 2 extra members so that way he could bypass this notification by just clicking buttons, which there should be a restriction set up on whether or not you want your credit card charged for this feature. A notification should be sent out or a restriction should be made in order for this user to add somebody to the account. But that is not what has happened here with Netflix and can possibly lead people to pay millions of dollars to Netflix and never get that money back. And this can also cause a lawsuit because this should not be a thing. People should not just be able to add people without the verification of the main user of the account. So yes, my father did add 2 members to my account, which was going to charge my credit card like $40. And that is really high. I don't think anybody would pay for that. Luckily, I saw the notification on my email a day later and canceled the memberships. However, the memberships stay there. You cannot get rid of them. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you can manage extra members and cancel each member, and your credit card won't be charged for those members, but those member slots are always going to be there on your account now, and they will never go away. And if you're going to use Netflix more frequently, then on every device you turn on, you will be asked to activate these members so that way they can charge you on your credit card for these members. There is no cheat, there is no bypassing it once a member is added to an account. Before that, you can bypass it. There are cheats to get around it. And even on Netflix website, you can bypass it as well by hitting the Netflix symbol off to the left side of the top of the screen. But once you get the member on the account and it's activated, you can't bypass it at all. They want you to set up the user, and if you cannot set up the user, you cannot use Netflix, which I believe is a big scam and is going to cause some lawsuits later on down the road. Now, once I canceled all the members that he had added, I was able to go into his account, which there's some really different features that I've never seen before. You can look at what they're watching. You can also lock their account, or you can sign them out of all their devices that they use. Now, with me, I ended up signing them out of all the devices that they use because my father just clicks buttons, and I hate to say it because he's my father and I want to give him, opportunity of giving back. But with him just clicking buttons, it will end up charging my credit card a whole buttload of money and I won't be able to get it back. So I signed him out of all the devices, and I also locked his account and created a PIN for that lockout so that way he could not get into his account. But he could get into other people's accounts if he had my login, which he does not. Now, after I did all of that and I locked him out of the account and I deleted all the devices that he was logged into, I went in there and I changed my membership or plan, so to say. So the updated plans have me thinking about something really interesting. My current plan is the 4K plan on 6 devices, and my new plan is the one with ads for $6.99. Now, something that I came across with this new plan that I got, because I'm not going to have everybody on my Netflix account anymore, I will transfer all of my parents' information to their own account, and they will be able to continue to watch what they want to watch on their devices. But continuing on to what I found out is with this $6.99 plan, you get 1080p quality, which is fine. That's totally okay with me. Most people don't realize what 4K really looks like. Even 8K these days, most people don't realize what that looks like, and they're totally fine with 1080p. So I'm totally fine with that. Now, with this plan, it comes with ads, but what also comes with it is you cannot add members to this plan. So if you switch to this plan and you have multiple people on the devices, then you will not be notified of adding members to the account. However, this is a push for people to watch ads. That's all this is. If you don't want to get those notifications of adding members every time you log into Netflix because of the other plans that they offer, and you choose this one, then you're going to be stuck with ads. And I don't mind ads. I know that some of my videos have ads, but this is just a narrative to push ads on you because they want you to watch more ads because they are getting revenue from ad services. So with that being said, Netflix could possibly face a lawsuit because there's going to be a lot of people complaining that they started getting multiple charges because either their son or daughter or grandma or grandpa added something on their account without their approval. See, Netflix should have some type of restriction where you have to approve to add a member on the main user in order for this to be bypassed. This is something that needs to be addressed, and I'm here to talk about it because I want to address it and explain my problem with Netflix. And one reason why Netflix has not failed yet, because there was an article that came out recently that Netflix gained multiple subscribers, is because Netflix is right there. It's always been there. Like I said in the beginning, it was the first service to offer a subscription service. I said service twice. And whenever you think about movies online, what is the first service that comes to your mind? Netflix. Everybody knows Netflix relatively well. It's been around a long period of time. And with all these services coming into play now, there is a little room for competition, and Netflix should have not done this because it's going to cause them problems later on down the road. People will see how hard it is to actually watch movies that they want to watch on Netflix and just cancel the service altogether because there's a lot of rigmarole that I had to go through to get my Netflix account back to the way it used to be. So with that being said, this will be the end of my video. I just want to describe the problem with Netflix and where it's going to end up going if they don't fix the issue. If you happen to like my content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what you think, and I'm out.